Do you think that the bot's actually gonna figure it out this time? Because I see the bot, oh, but it's only found it like once. The other ones have been Juan and Thunder posting them. Okay, I'll post the link myself. Someone's in here, I've seen you before. Alright, what are we doing today? We are doing, this is another Bedrock round 1. It's ILX team and EggWars mains. I like that the EggWars mains are playing on a BedWars tournament. See what our bracket looks like. Oh, interesting. So this is the very last game of round 1 for BedWars. And it's funny because I only I only got to do 2 of these games, but the winner of this game is going to play the winner of the last game I did, which was the very first game of round 1. So the winner of this is going to play the winner of AwesomeeStar and Los Michis, which was AwesomeeStar. There's no way you accidentally wrote Pookie. It doesn't even make sense. What? We're just hanging out. I wanted to go watch some scrims so I could have a little better idea of BedWars, but I only got pinged one time. And the person who pinged me about a scrim happening the one time I was out of town. Or not out of town, but out of the house. My meta knowledge might not be quite on par with the EggWars ones, but we work with what we got, huh? I am a little early because it's going to be on the hour. Maps we're going to play are Mushroom, Palace, and Pyramid. I think those are all EggWars maps as well. I don't think there's an EggWars map called Pyramid. But Mushroom and Palace for sure. It might be Mushrooms. So there are only so many nouns you can have that make sense on a map name. I like that we spelled house German. Dean is back into house. H-A-U-S. I do speak some German. Maybe it's not totally unfair. I don't know if you'd guess that from hearing me talk, though. That would not be an easy one. It is the last round of 32. I was saying I think it's funny because I've only done 2 games, and they've been Bedrock first game of the entire tournament, and then Bedrock last game around 1. Maybe I'll continue that. I do usually try to do the final. I did get pinged once, Dragon. I don't remember who it was by. I think it was Lance's team, because I was talking to Lance about it. Part of it is time zones, though, right? That's why I haven't done any of these games, really. Like, I only did 2 in the entire round of 32, is because I'm in North American time. And when every game is at 6 a.m. my time, I don't want to do it. But I know there are a good amount of people who play around this time. Was it a pinned message? Oh, they pinned the maps we're playing. I like that. More and more professional by the day, huh? Just waiting on, I imagine we're waiting on getting a private game started and the actual players to join, everything like that. Oh, we got one, okay. Let me pause up here. I wasn't even in studio mode before, that's silly. Should be paused. Alright, like you can see in our beautiful pin message, first map is on mushrooms. Let me see if I can get the players. I know we have those listed. Although I don't know, see, I really wish that we named the roles based on the team and not just a random team number. Because I don't actually know who is on what team. Like I can see the rosters, but I need to look up who is actually okay. So EggWars mains. Team Blue. I have seen this team play before. Maybe that means they're good. I like to say if I know your name on Bedrock, you're probably pretty good. BedWars mains or EggWars mains is AwesomeeStar, Leo Stray, Huntyyz, ExaKutori, and then Poletze or Poletze. I don't know how to pronounce that name. And then I have seen this team name as well. I think ILX team. I think they played in the previous tournament. I'm not going to be able to pronounce any of their names though, because their first name is Dxnfzzz. If your name has no vowels in it, I don't know how you want me to say that. And there's Seabass with a bunch of X's, and then a couple other names that I'm not going to do well pronouncing. You'll see those when we start the game here. I think that's fine. There's an epidemic of vowel misuse or lack of vowels in usernames. Please add vowels. Scrims happen every day for multiple hours. Are people really doing that? Are people really scrimming out BedWars games for multiple hours a day? It feels like a lot of work. People are serious though, I suppose. You know, I can just block off the scoreboard here so I don't have to let you guys sit watching nothing. Not that it matters too much. But we are just hanging out in Mushroom waiting for our players to get here. It's obviously a North American game, so the games are all going to be on NA servers. I kind of wish I still got to just run around. Yeah, there you go. I appreciate you. I assume that's Juan who's posting in chat here, but maybe some spaces in between the names would be useful for being able to read them, but the idea gets across there, I think. Does CubeCraft have map submissions back open? That is cool. Oh god, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. That's not good. I hope someone would tell me if my thing started buffering or something. I'm on Ethernet, should be good. I mean, Spyglass, I'll tell you what I tell everyone, right? It's like Discord or CubeCraft or whatever. I'll accept your friend request if I have a reason to, but if I don't know you, then there's not really a reason, right? Because we're not friends. No hate, though. Is this person, like... I'm not sure if that person was on one of the team lists or not. No, they were. Okay, it's all good. I was worried for a second. I think the capitalization is different. Slowly getting people in here. It's like ILX teams joining up first. And then you did actually send the friend request. Man, I should be like a proper video game announcer and have, you know, I have like stories prepared There's got to be something. There's got to be something to do in the time right now. So I'm good at just talking, but I don't know if people want to hear me just talk about nothing. Maybe I will though. If I get into some scrims, I can talk about strategies and things like that. It's similar enough to EggWars though, right? Break the object and kill the people. That's what you do. Maybe I should play in the scrims. I think I'd be too good though. I don't think anyone could handle me if I played in the scrims. Show me people joining the server. We did give ILX team the code first, so I guess they get a little bit of leeway. Oh, I mean, Dragon, I appreciate it. Like, I can see that being useful. It would be a cool thing to talk about, but I don't plan these ahead super far because I'm kind of busy. Like, I do things. So I don't know if I could promise that I'd be able to ask you that because a lot of the times I don't even remember I'm doing one of these until like an hour before. But I think in general it's a good thing. But I think the most important thing is just if I can play in a couple actual games, competitive games, right, and get the spirit of the meta. Because BedWars is different, right? With all the non-player stuff that happens. EggWars is very much just get gear and then kill people with it. But BedWars, you have the hats and the totems, you got the skeletons and there's upgrades. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's different. Always be silly to me that CubeCraft ended up adding a BedWars game mode. And now it's, at least on Java, I know it's a lot more popular than EggWars. Like, nobody really plays EggWars on Java anymore. I think Java EggWars kind of killed itself because just at the demographic of Java, you end up with the only people ever playing EggWars on Java have played it for 10 years and they're insane at it. So then nobody new joins. But the people who are good just want to get wins, so when people who are good play, like they queue into other people who are good, then they leave the lobby. So then you end up with no games actually happening. Okay, I know this team, I know EggWars mains is in the community somewhat. Can someone go bother them? This is irritating me. I joke if that was not clear. Oh, I remember there was one game that someone told me to stream. I wasn't able to do this triocordism game. I'm kind of concerned about how that ended up because it's tagged as a 1-to-1. I don't know, hopefully no nefarious things happened in that game. I'm excited though because we're gonna have round 2 after this and we're gonna get going pretty soon. I remember with the CTF League a while ago, I did the finals, ended up being a whole mess. But if we can actually live stream them and they don't play in the finals at 3 a.m. everyone's time, it'd be a lot of fun. I don't know if just writing at EggWars mains works. We do have everyone in though. We are rolling. Let me get the scoreboard off the thing here. Alright, round 1 on Mushroom. We have orange over here is ILX, and then on our other side we have light blue being EggWars mains. So what I usually see is you usually see someone, no armor right off the bat, get a bridge to mid. That's what I would expect. Probably going to be Leo Stray here. They do grab armor. I like this little hammock bed. Pretty slow getting to mid there. Orange does end up getting there first. Gonna get the diamonds, and I assume just run away, because you don't want to fight that. Never want to fight that. Kind of a strange direction they're taking here, and then they do end up doing the fight, which you're gonna lose 1,000 times out of 1,000. Feels like a little weird throwaway of the diamonds there. Leo Stray thinks about just going straight for the bed. Thinks better of it, at least for the moment, then thinks worse of it, I suppose. Nobody's defending the bed. Are they gonna hand break the wood? No, they're not. A little bit worrying from ILX there to let someone get that close to the bed uncontested. And looks like Leo right now is content just being irritating. If you bother people for long enough, right, all 4 members of ILX here at their base, if they're just getting bothered by Leo on the bridge, they're not going to go anywhere, they're not going to get any gear, right? That's kind of the idea. Teammate backs up to bring the diamonds back, so Leo's going to back up to the diamond gen themselves. Not for very long though, able to grab the diamonds, come back. No orange has actually made it to mid yet. Leo Stray does finally get in the fight. Looks like their team bought Sharp, which is going to be pretty huge, but they're still not going to want to take a 3v1 here. Teammate does show up, AwesomeeStar, but AwesomeeStar, no, they do fight. I thought for a second they were just going to pick up the diamonds and run. They do that, just a little bit of delay. Can't believe this armor bug is still happening. Leo gets another kill. Leo might back up, but yeah, I was going to say Sharp Iron is so strong that you probably don't need a backup there. So well played by Leo Stray. No deaths. I don't think any deaths on the side of Blue Safari at all. I'm not sure what the point of dropping the diamonds is here. Oh, Dragon is a tiebreaker? They don't actually do... I wish they just kept playing, but nobody has time for that, huh? EggWars mains definitely taking their time. Not doing anything crazy. Switched out mid now, it's Huntyyz, so Leo went back. AwesomeeStar comes back up as well. I'm waiting to see some upgrades on the side of ILX, because when you're having no Sharp against Sharp, it's just, especially when the armor is not prot. And I can't even tell with base textures if this armor is enchanted. I think it is. So I think I think they have Sharp and prot against no Sharp, no prot. So like Huntyyz has a gear advantage even here, when you're thinking about Sharp and prot. Even if they trade, I would expect Huntyyz to win. Because Sharp is just that strong. I'm sad, Foop. I wish I had gotten to see that one. It's just, it wasn't a terrible time for me, but it didn't end up working out. I didn't end up being home. Leo Stray gets a kill. There's a bunch of turrets on orange, which I like. The skeletons are kind of irritating. Easiest way to get past them that I've seen, just build up, because then the angle's less directly sideways. You end up having a harder time getting knocked off. Drops a TNT, then just blocks in. The bed is exposed around the top, probably not for very long. If the teammate would go away, it'll get blocked off. And there it is. Leo Stray gets another kill. Not really a ton of danger up here. Gonna open the bed again is the goal. Drop down on it. Does get a break. Probably get a kill or two too against other armor, I would expect. I don't think they're gonna fully wipe here. No, they're not, but they do get one kill. Well played by Leo Stray. I think based on the tides of the game, that was not super difficult to foresee as an outcome here. This poor turret doing its best. I don't know how the turret missed a stationary target, though. That's a little bit sad. That is a really good combo right there from Orange. Gets Huntyyz all the way off, unfortunately. Taken the back by Leo Stray, but that was pretty solid. The one who just died, I don't know how to say that, Jazapada 86. Had a good, solid kill there against someone with better gear than them. But when the whole rest of the team arrives, it's unfortunately not futile. That's going to be game 1. Pretty heavily dominated from Team Blue, our EggWars mains all the way through. Not too much extra to ask, I think. I think they definitely played it safe. They probably could have gone in a little earlier than they did, but they waited till they had a thorough and complete gear advantage, which I don't think is a bad move by any means. You're playing a tournament, you know, be precise about it, don't let anything crazy happen. I knew Lance would be here sometime with a match at this time of day. So we're just gonna hang out, wait for round 2. Shouldn't be too long. Usually the first game is the one that everyone takes a while to get into. I, as always, would really love to see a round 3, but I'll be honest, there would have to be some pretty significant changes from what we saw in the last game to be able to get a round 3 here. Because that one was not super close, is what I'll say. I'm not sure if ILX even got any diamonds that game. Aside from, I mean, they had diamonds in their possession at the very beginning, but they decided to take the fight instead of running back to mid. Similar thing I saw last game from Michi's, a team that lost. Okay, Dragon, let me see. No, I have another code already. If you guys are really nice, I'll do one at the end. But I can't risk actually missing any of the game. Alright, round 2 on Palace. I'm not gonna duel like an individual. I think it's a concern just because of like chat messages and stuff, but sometimes I've gone in like random queued duels. Because I want there to be something to do in the in-between times here. Lance, they just like 1,000-0 no diff that game, okay? I don't think we need to nitpick their hat choices. Maybe they just thought the hats they bought were more stylish. Okay, is that such a problem? You know, I'm used to Java where people have like ridiculous lunar cosmetics, wings and stuff. So I barely even notice the hats. Like I need to beat it into my brain that the hats actually do something. Because I'm used to people just having stupid or ridiculous cosmetics. There was a time on Bedrock when it was like that too. When people would have these hilarious 4D skins. But now you don't even have capes. Now it's kind of Bedrock's like the creative platform, and yet people can't even have capes. There's no capes. There's no special skins. Although there were small skins. I know a lot of you guys were on Bedrock before I even was. The small skins were were a plague. Play an FFA and there's some dude running around. It's like 3 pixels tall. Okay, Dragon, you're gonna make me not do that. Okay? The last thing we need is an edited compilation of me playing in scrims. That seems like the most heinous thing you could imagine. Should mute you for even suggesting that idea. Unbelievable. I am aware that I'm aware that the hats exist. Like I have played BedWars and I use the regen hat because I feel like obviously it looks really good. I think there's a resistance one too, so maybe that one would be solid, but I could just be making things up also. But like when I play, I bought the regen one because regen's kind of broken. Bro, look, I'm not gonna be proactive. Like I got stuff to do. But if someone's scrimming and they ping me and they're like, "Yo, you want to join?" Then I will if I have time. You know, that's what it comes down to. Round 2 on Palace, we're rolling. Everyone in the gen over there. Let's see if blue is a little more proactive getting to mid. No, they picked the same strategy. Makes sense. But you do see ILX last time they sent someone to mid right away, which was the only time they had diamonds. Now they did the opposite. They're going to be there later. Leostray is going to get diamonds. Normally you back up, but I think Leostray is so confident in their fighting right now that they're probably just going to take it. Something interesting about BedWars is you get an iron sword really, really fast, right? See if Leo gets it. Leo's got to be low. They took a couple hits from the other one as well, but it's a hard thing to push up the stairs, obviously. You get comboed really easily. But compared to EggWars, I believe, depends on the gold speed of the gen in the EggWars map, obviously, but the no prot leather armor and the early iron sword makes people die really fast. AwesomeeStar's gonna have to back up here. 2 people on their back. Little jump on the jump pad. Not a successful jump with that one. AwesomeeStar's gonna get away. This is more even so far. At the very least. Like, you have a lot of orange competition on the gens. Looks like they're gonna back up this time and do some purchasing as opposed to throwing it all away. So now we're back to where we were with blue in control, but the difference is, of course, orange ILX, they did get some gear this time. They got some diamonds. What are they going to do with it? I don't know. We have a hat here. It's like a party hat. I don't know what the party hat does. Leostray gets a void kill there. Or gets killed by the void, rather. Jay-Z was the one who took that kill. The kill messages trip me up when they're backwards. Chicha's gonna go back there. So, more even. Both teams biding their time here. Nothing crazy going on. See if I have everyone accounted for. Right, 2 at base, and then 2 at mid for blue. And then orange is gonna be a similar thing, it looks like. 3 at the base right now. 1 orange at mid here. Jay-Z's probably a pretty prime target here because they've been on the diamonds. They're the only one at mid. See if they're able to get past Leostray. That's a bad spot to be. Fireball through the bridge. It only makes them more accessible, if anything. But Seabass comes from behind, and they do end up getting Leostray through the gear diff. Game's looking a lot better, looking a lot more even. I couldn't tell you one team or another is too far ahead. Right now we have a regen totem at mid for orange. I'm pretty sure they work on line of sight, so you can't just totally block it up. Like, someone would have to tell me, but I don't know if this regen totem is doing a ton right now, if it is blocked by all these blocks. Good kill by Jay-Z there. There's a couple kills. Leostray is coming from behind again with chainmail armor. Gonna try to intercept Jay-Z to the bridge. Not gonna happen. Jay-Z is on Huntyyz bridge right now. Huntyyz with a diamond sword. Jay-Z probably could have gotten a turnaround kill on Leo. Would have been the best. Huntyyz gets bowed off. That's pretty huge. Bowed off by one of the sentries. Should be able to buy a punch bow upgrade for the sentry. Wouldn't that be funny? I would want to have punch sentries on my island. DX here building up to Leostray. Leostray's just kind of trying to be irritating. Drops in on Jay-Z. Gonna get hit off there inevitably. All the way off the edge it looks like. Too much damage either way. Well defended. Make sure there's no other blues sneaking around like they like to do. They being the general BedWars player, not necessarily this team blue in general. Huntyyz back on the bridge here. Fireball missed there. Kind of unfortunate the bridge was broken right there. Huntyyz is back. Does drop some TNT. I don't think that's going to expose it right there. It does on the very top. See if they notice that. Place a block every single place but the one that broke. But it, it does work. Gets it reblocked. Leostray is hiding in there as well. Leo's just going to drop straight down, try to survive. Gets hit once, not all the way off. Turrets are going to be kind of irritating. Bed is open. Leo gets the bed there. DX fell in the void. Unfortunately died after the bed was broken. Huntyyz is going to be over here, but getting 3v1'd. Orange lives to fight another day. Maybe more accurately, another few minutes. But they do survive. Leo's just kind of trying to run straight forward. Probably trying to pick off one of these leather. Even with prot, again, leather against an iron sword, you're going to go down in like 4 hits. So it's not impossible to pick someone off, even in a significant outmatch like it is here. And now, it's a 3v2, but Jay-Z goes up on their own. Kind of sacrifices himself, almost, for the greater good. See if there ends up being a greater good. Doesn't look like it. 1 left on orange. Not able to get away. That'll be it. 2-0 in favor of EggWars mains. I am happy, as happens a lot. We did have our weaker team in these couple matches make an adjustment, which was great. Second match was, if nothing else, took longer, was a little more even in terms of mid than the first match was. But at the end of the day, we get the same result. With that, we're done with round one. So I can update the score here, be complete, in case someone joins in late. Gonna be 2-0 and a win in favor of EggWars mains, which completes our bracket. Oh my god, I haven't had a voice crack like that in a long time. Completes our bracket. If you go to the it's challenge, it's in the Discord. If you go to the league table, you can see our round 2 matchups. I don't know, someone can tell me if there's any really good matchups here. This team, EggWars mains, won their match. They're going to be playing against AwesomeeStar. If I was to guess based on the games I watched, because I did watch both of those round ones, I would pull for EggWars mains in that game. That's what I would expect, but we will have to see. But I'm curious if there are any other matches I should be looking for here in the round 2 bracket. Oh, you guys don't get one. I was too scary. I should have a banner like my starting soon one that says it's complete, so people don't get mad at me, expecting more games to happen. But I do want to hear. That's why I'm staying, is because I want to know. I want to know if there are any games round 2 that people should be looking out for, because I wouldn't know. Is why I ask. V9 and Breaking Bed. I like Breaking Bed. That's a good name. Well, I see V9 playing against Ultimate in the bracket. Is that incorrect? There's your duel. Alright, so I mean, you could like ping me on Discord too, because I want to know, because I have limited time. I'm a student and I work full time, right? So if there are any games that you're like, Dean, you really, really need to get these games, I'll try my best. That's all I got, though. I appreciate all you guys for coming out, and I will see you hopefully for some good round 2 games.